What's up guys, my name is Stoody. I'd like to welcome you all back to another video, and in today's video I'm going to be doing a update to my Supercoach team for the 2025 AFL season. Obviously a few injuries have happened and a few things have had to be changed. I've pretty much restructured my team from what I had at last time. But basically, before we get into it, I've got another league code for you all. AFL Com Cup 2 filled up pretty quick. I think it was filled up within 12 hours or something like that. So yeah, I was not expecting that. So here's another league code, 626443. It'll be in the description as well if you want to copy and paste. Now, if you've already been in one of the two leagues, please do not join this one in case people miss out. If this one fills up really quick, I'll definitely do another one. If the leagues keep filling up really quick, I might do like something similar to what Shorty does. Just do a video where I just release one league code, and I'll tell you guys the time that I'm going to release the league code or two, whatever it ends up being. I guess probably there'll be quite a few people waiting for that particular time, waiting on my channel to see the video pop up so they can quickly join it. But I guess it all depends on how quickly everything happens, how quickly this league here fills up. So yeah, feel free to join it. I can't remember how many leagues I had last year. I think I might have had 2 or 3. I think it was a reasonably low amount than usual. I don't remember. I think it was at least 3, but feel free to join this one. If I can get like 4 or 5 leagues, that'd be really good. Yeah, because I've only got 8 of my 20 slots filled here for leagues. So if anyone else wants me to join their league, I'm more than happy to. I'd love to be in like 20 leagues, see how many I can win. But anyway, with that being said, let's go have a look at my team. A lot has changed. The structure has completely changed. Alright. Here we are. Okay. Defense. So Harry Sheezel, he's basically a lock. He'll be the top scoring defender this year. He's a superstar. And then it looks a bit different. I've got Max Holmes. Now the reason why is because obviously he had a pretty good season last year, and he's going to be Geelong's number 1 midfield. If he's going to be their number 1 midfielder in a very weak Geelong midfield, I think he should be able to average really high. And to be able to select him as a defender, he's definitely in my team. I think he can average like 105 to 110, something like that. I think that price is a pretty good selection. Jadden Short, he's still in my team. Pretty low price for what he can produce, but without Rioli and Baker, I think Short will be the main man. And should be able to average pretty well as long as he can find some good form. Matt Roberts is a new one in my team. He apparently was doing really well in the practice matches, and also he was on fire at the end of last year. He basically almost turned into a premium last year, so he, I think, is a pretty good pick. Hopefully, it's a risk, obviously, because he's like a high-end mid-pricer. I feel like anyone under 500 is a mid-pricer between like 220 and 500 mid-priced. But he's definitely like a high-end mid-pricer, so it's a little bit of a risk. Is he that good? We'll wait and see. But quite a few people are taking the risk on Roberts, so hopefully he pays off. I remember last year I took the risk on Martin. It paid off. He ended up coming. He was terrible the first 2 weeks, but then he ended up coming good, and he ended up getting DPP, which really helped me in the end. The rest are rookies, so O'Sullivan, Bice, Reed, Leak. These are guys that, a lot of the Supercoach YouTubers have, and apparently are going to play round 1. I haven't watched really any practice games. I only watched 2 of them. I watched the Fremantle-Abo game and then the Fremantle-Melbourne game. They're the only 2 I had the chance to watch. Midfield. So Nick Dacos is in. I can't remember if he was in the last video, but he's in now. The options in the midfield for premiums are so thin because of all the injuries. I mean, Bontempelli's injured. Butters is injured. They were my first two players I picked were those two. Green is injured. He was in my team. Gordon was in my team. He's injured now. Like, it's insane. Absolutely insanity. So, Nick Dacos, I was a bit concerned about him because he had an interrupted pre-season, but yeah, he doesn't look like his foot's troubling him at all. He's back to the Dacos we all knew, and I feel like you just have to have him with all the injuries in the midfield. Caleb Sarong's a gun. I just feel like it's out of him and Brayshaw, and I think Sarong's definitely the better player out of the two. I mean, Brayshaw, he's I don't know if he's a good selection or not. I mean, he'll average well, but will he average well enough? Will he be up there in the top 8? Because what you're doing here is you're trying to find the top 8 best midfielders, and with 40 trades, you should be able to get like 23 plus premiums. When it comes to Rosie, I'll talk about him in a minute. Well, actually, I'll just skip the cake guy and talk about Rosie now. Rosie, he's a gamble as well. I mean, he's definitely not a mid-pricer. He's a low-end premium. But without Butters, I think he should be the main man in the midfield. And he is a gun. He has been a premium in the past, or like at least close to a premium. Like some people had him last year. Last year I definitely wouldn't have endorsed it, but this year I think he could average 110 plus, hopefully, without Butters. Depends how long Butters is out. Who knows if Rosie stays in my team. Hopefully he's not just some 4-week rental before Butters comes back and steals his points again. I don't know, but I've got Rosie for now. I think he can average really good, and at such a good price, I think he could be very good value. Davies Unicake, with him, there's always been like a little something holding him back, like some sort of injury or just bad form. Like last year, I almost selected him, went against that, and he started the season off terribly. Then he came good. So, yeah, he's always been someone who's just teased us when it comes to, is he going to explode? One day he will explode and definitely become a super premium. But when will it be? Will it be this year? I feel like he's due. At 588k, I think he can average 115 plus. And if he does that, that's a bargain. Absolute bargain. So, yeah, I'm going with Davies Unicake. And I think he's a good selection. I think you need to have him in your team. I think only like 7 or 8% have selected him. So that's a bonus for me. Like, if not many people select him, and if he goes as good as I think he can go, then it's a big win for me, 100%. All right, move down to the rest of the players. Rucks, unless there's an injury, it'll stay the same. Sherry and D. Koning, I think those two are locked. Some people have Gorn, but I think Gorn's too old. Injury prone. He'll miss a few games at some point. Whereas Sherry, he's younger, entering his prime. It's Sherry's time now, I think. So that's why I've got him. And Dick Koning, he's about to explode as well. And I forgot to mention the rookies in the midfield, but Sardis should play. Ashcroft should play. Langford should play. Sheldrick was looking really good in the practice games, apparently. Kako also looking really good in the practice games, and apparently these two here should play. But the rookies will sort themselves out. I mean, when the round 1 teams come out, yeah, there'll probably be changes in rookies, and sometimes it's all about selecting the best rookies. Like, who knows? You could have a choice out of Hasty or Boxshaw. One might end up becoming a spud, and one might end up becoming a really good cash cow. You just never know, and if you pick the wrong one, it's so annoying. And it can really set you back. So, yeah, and that Boyd is just a loop. Forward line, bit of a change as well. I've got 2 premiums and 2 mid prices in the forward line, just like the back line. So Jason Horn, for instance, is an absolute lock. I mean, with Butters out, and if you guys saw him in the practice games, him pretending to be an abo, how he dominated that game, you just have to have him. Isaac Rankine is going to be playing pure midfield, apparently. So, and we saw how good he was last year when he was in the midfield. He can definitely average 110 plus. So, yeah, he's in for me. He's a lock. McRae, I think at 392k should be a pretty good selection. Could almost be a keeper, possibly top 6 to 8 forward. If he's able to get sort of back to his best, if he plays the role he should have been playing at the Western Bulldogs, pure midfield, I don't think we'll see like absolute dominant 115 plus sort of McRae. I think maybe he could average 95 to 100, and that's usually enough for a forward. And there's Bailey Smith, who's pretty popular at his best. That is pretty cheap for him, obviously, but hopefully he isn't going to regress a heap because of the ACL. But he's in my team for now. Tom Lynch, he'll somehow be injured by round 1. Let's just be real. So then there's Davidson, who is pretty popular. Apparently he's a pretty good rookie. And this Patton guy, apparently he's going to play round 1. Apparently Stone's probably going to play. That's why they're in. And then as my flex, I've still got Flynn. I think Flynn's going to make a ton of cash. I feel like you just have to have him as your flex. I wouldn't. Some people have him as like R2, not R2. Do not stuff around with your rucks. Pick 2 good rucks that you're confident in and lock them in for the whole entire season. Do not stuff around with the rucks. R3 should always be a loop or a money maker. And Flynn, thank God for the flex this year, because Flynn would usually be my R3, but he's a flex, so yeah. And it's going to be like for all the bye weeks, it's best 18. So one thing I've decided is that I'm not going to worry about the buys. Like if you look at the round 3, actually Geelong will probably be playing round 3, so it probably won't be as bad as I thought. So I've got 3 Geelong players. There's Sydney have the bye as well, and I believe Brisbane are meant to. So I guess it's only my Sydney players that are concerned, so it should be all good. If you do have quite a few buys for a certain round, don't worry too much about it, because it's top 18. So if you just have 19 or 20, you're all good. And then even during the season, now that we have the flex, if the BBL Supercoach is any good indicator, I believe it'll be best 22. And they'll be like whoever your worst player is on field, their score won't count. So if a shitty rookie score gives you an 11 or something like that, that won't count to the score. Or if you have a 0, you can still get 22 scores. So yeah, that'll definitely help us quite a lot. And I don't know. Tell me if you think this is a good structure, a good team. I am a little bit worried about the midfield. 4 premiums. One's a low-end premium. Then 4 rookies. So my midfield is definitely vulnerable and would definitely be the first upgrade. Holmes can swing in the midfield as well, but I haven't selected Merritt because of his tough start. And his buy actually did kind of have something to do with it. But I only have... it's out of Dakosh, Sarong, and Davis Jr. Cake. And I like these 3 better than the Merritt selection. Merritt... it will be one of my first upgrades. Probably... because I reckon it will drop in price a bit. So I'll be able to get him at a pretty decent price. Then there's Bontempelli and Butters that I definitely have to bring in. And then there'll be Gordon, who might be a good option. Maybe Green. At least when they come back, if they're like on fire, then you'd have to bring them in, I think, at the decent prices they're at. But yeah, so I guess that's it. Give me your feedback in the comments. Tell me your current team if you'd like. So I always enjoy this video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment like this. Be sure to become a channel member. Just click the join button next to my name. Also be sure to subscribe to my Premium Making Goals with Nick. Link to his channel is in the description. Also be sure to subscribe to my other YouTube channels. Be sure to subscribe to my podcast channel, King's Names and Stoody. Also be sure to subscribe to my second YouTube channel, Stoody Archives. Links to both of those are in the description. Also be sure to join my Discord server, East Coast Australian Sports Community. Link to that is in the description. Also be sure to follow me on my other social media accounts. I have Twitter and also have TikTok. The username for all those is StoodyYT. Links to all those will also be in the description. I hope you have a good day, and I'll see you all in the next video.